Malawi and boy.
Ayo, it's 5 rounds, 5 topics a season. Home of the most controversial opinions. Dropping each round on a Friday. If you're about the top trends, then it's our way. So make sure you subscribe. Believe it or not, the vibe is out here. Whereby the peeps can talk with no fear. Hey, what's the name of the podcast right here? What's happening? This the vibe right here. Pandies be the tribe right here. We about to go live right here. If you're talking about the rounds, then it's 5 right here. What's happening? This the vibe right here. Pandies be the tribe right here. We about to go live right here. If you're talking about the rounds, then it's 5 right here. Hey, yo, hit the like button. You know I'll be checking.
What's going on, good people? Welcome to 5 Rounds. I am Wantali. We've got Mr. Fact Checker, aka Bushido Brown. What's going on, Mr. Bushido Brown?
Bonjour.
I'm bonjour. What is this?
New me.
We got Moyo Panda in the building as
Oh,
well.
is he actually here?
One of them. I just heard you say bonjour. I was like, wow, we got a French guy in the building. What's the deal? Bonjour.
Yes, you tell me, man. Today he's French, tomorrow he's Italian, and all these things. Gunjan already asking questions about Palestine.
As he should.
So how you guys doing? How you guys doing, man? What's going on?
Great. How are you doing?
No, I'm good.
I'm chill, drinking water. Water is life.
Yes, It is life, isn't it? You know.
Apparently, I think they said we're made up of what, 90%? Was it 70%? How many
70%.
Wow.
I should put that in.
Wow.
Right, guys, if you like controversy, laughter, culture, and drama, you're on the right podcast. It's 5 Rounds Podcast here. We have 1,633 subscribers. We're trying to get to 1,700. You know, we're trying to get there. A humble 1,700. Come on. Today's topic, well, it's not a topic. It's something we do almost every month, the Roundup. So, we talk about things that are going on right now, things that have been trending, in terms of pop culture and stuff like that. We don't really cover politics, but I mean, we have to talk about Mr. Trump. We have to, because it's Trump. He touches everything. It's all about
and everybody. Is it including everybody else that like follows him and everybody else that's affiliated to the brother?
Of course, we are going to touch on all of that, but that's not the first thing we're going to talk about. We'll start on I guess we can start on a light note, light note. You've seen that finally the Super Bowl trailer came out, so Kendrick Lamar was on the pitch, back in your shit background. She said, Anna, stop distracting me. Kendrick Lamar was on the, not a pitch. They call it a pitch? American football pitch? Whatever. On the field, right? And
it is a pitch though. I think it is a pitch though.
And then it is. And then Scissor comes behind him and chucks Gatorade on him, isn't it? So that's pretty much confirmed that Scissor and Kendrick. I didn't doubt that Scissor's gonna be there. She was going to be there because she collaborates with Kendrick a lot, and and they're quite good friends. So we knew he was gonna be there. Now the hype is hyping up, so people are trying to draw pictures of it. Like trying to predict who's gonna perform there and all that stuff. My question is, do you guys think Kendrick's gonna bring Lil Wayne out? Because is he gonna bring him out or not?
I think possibly. I mean, I don't see why he wouldn't.
When you mentioned Lil Wayne, I just started thinking like,
Don't.
I couldn't help it. Couldn't help it. I mean, I like Lil Wayne. I like Lil Wayne though. I
Well,
must not lie.
that's
It's
New Orleans out of here. It's New Orleans out of here.
he
Uh,
he did some good stuff. He's got a good what you call it catalog. He's got a very nice catalog. I like his music.
he does,
Not
and
all of it, not all of it, but yeah. I think there might be that surprise though. I think he's probably gonna come out just to mess with that little guy's head. What is his name again? This
Drake.
the Diddy guy.
Oh, did he? Why is he gonna
No,
marry? Did
no, the guy who was talking about Diddy like the past year.
Yeah,
Um,
well, yeah, I guess so.
him, yeah, him.
But look, I mean, personally, maybe he might bring in a surprise Diddy performance. But I was watching, I mean, not a Diddy performance, a Lil Wayne performance. I was watching the Breakfast Club, and they think even Gucci's gonna show up. I remember Mr. Bushido Brown mentioned Ducci, and I was like, "Who's that?" He's gone. You see, he's gone. And I was like, "Who's that?" And I didn't sort of know who she was, but then I knew who she was because she's been trending. She's that girl who doesn't really care about the whole twerking thing, but she's got bars basically. You know,
Yeah, yeah,
there's
she's
rumors.
on point. But
Yeah,
usually they start like that though. Usually they start like, yo, I don't care about all this twerking and showing off my body, whatever. And then 1 year down the line, yeah, something is gonna pop out. You know, like
yeah.
yeah, like what's her name? The one who started well. What's her name again? The singer or singer? Yeah. Oh, what's
Singer.
her name again? Yeah, the singer from the U.S. The one who's producing music with her brother. What's her name again?
Oh, Billie Eilish.
Yeah, she started well, like wearing all these
Mm.
buggy t-shirts and pants, whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, yeah, I got legs too. I got ass too. I got asthma.
But the people on the internet were making AI pictures of her, isn't it? I've seen a few,
Yeah.
kind of sexualized her. It's mad what the internet does,
But I
man.
mean, she
Honestly.
has shown some flesh, like on the performance. She was wearing a t-shirt that was showing, a little bit things.
I
So
wouldn't.
yeah,
I wouldn't know.
they all start well. They all start well, and then something. Blame it on the industry. Now I'm going to be a little bit more political.
Oh, here
Blame
we
it,
go.
blame it on the industry.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. I was wondering how long that would take for you to
I
say that.
mean, I mean, 5 minutes down the line, and here I am. I can't help it. It's just who I am.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, and and we can't. Has anyone listened to Kendrick's album yet?
No, I haven't heard it yet. I haven't heard it
Yeah.
yet. No.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, who do you? So based on what I'm not saying you're Mr. Music expert here. Based on what you know, who do you think will perform with Kendrick at the Super Bowl? Be-
Mm. No, at this point, it's kind of hard to tell. But if there's money, then definitely I think Lil Wayne is coming too. Because I don't think Lil Wayne would be on that stage without the money.
Right.
Yeah. So I'm thinking if they have secured the bag, then Lil Wayne is going to be there most definitely. Yeah.
I think there'll probably be a surprise. That's one side I'm thinking, but it could also be like Rihanna's. You remember Rihanna's Super Bowl? She did it on her own. Like she did the whole
Mm,
thing on her own.
mm.
And she did it pregnant as well. Big up to her, honestly. So yeah, maybe Kendrick might just do it with Scissor. I hope
Mm.
I hope he brings, because he's got some very good collaborations. I hope he brings some people there. I hope we get to see maybe even Pharrell when he does all right, because I think he did all right at the previous Super Bowl.
Right. Right.
Not like us. We'll see how that goes. Is he gonna bring out all the ballers like he did last time?
Yeah.
So because everyone wants to see if he's going to perform not like us. So
But I hear there's no money when you're performing at Super Bowl. I mean, there's not. You don't get like a performance fee, like a huge performance fee.
really.
Yeah. Most artists have turned down Super Bowl because of that. I think they give you sort of like they obviously give you money,
Hmm.
which if you have to put out a show like that, a big show like that, obviously you need to pay everyone. You need to pay the dancers. You need to pay your set has to be paid, and that's coming out of your pocket, out of your pay. And I don't think those big artists, some of those artists, have enough to pay what the show is about. If you get what I'm
mm,
saying.
mm.
So mainly, Super Bowl is kind of like a booster of your sales or whatever. It's kind of something that people do or the artists do to kind of boost their sales, to kind of boost their image, and yeah, like Kendrick now
Wow.
has got a new album, so he needs to push the album. So hence
Exactly.
he has to perform that. You know what I mean? So it's like one of those things.
Wow. I was actually looking it up, and it says, you know, Kendrick might get as little as $450. I
Yeah,
don't think so.
no, that's too little. Maybe what's left, but I think that's too little.
Four hundred
That's
and
too
fifty.
little.
Come on, come on, come on. Oh my God! Nah. I got. Let me. I have to look a bit more.
Yeah,
I have to look a
but
bit
yeah,
more because man,
I hear a lot about that, and most artists have been talking about that. There's no money in there. That's what I was thinking. I was like, if there is money, then yeah, maybe Lil Wayne will pop up there. Because I mean, Lil
so
Wayne is freaking expensive. Like, you cannot just perform. You need to have money to make Lil Wayne to perform.
so I'm reading here on something called let me see what this is. Something called Psy. Like I think it's a newspaper called Psy. It says
Mm,
the NFL and Apple Music pick up the cost for the set, special effects, extras. There have been times where that cost ends up being 15 million, right? In
right,
2021, the weekend spent more than 7 million of his own money, yeah,
right,
while
right.
unconfirmed, and it was reported that the extra money went towards elaborate stages. So they apparently it's around 670 for the actual
Yeah,
performance. That
yeah,
for Usher
yeah.
670 and
Mm,
about 1,800 for rehearsals. So proper
mm.
like honest wages. That's crazy. Crazy. They could
Yeah,
hire
but I
you
mean,
and me, mate. We
I
could-
mean, considering how much money the Super Bowl makes, like they make
yeah,
tons of money. Like
that's crazy.
there's insane amount of money in advertising and franchise, whatever. They make so much money on that thing,
Whoa.
and I think to them, it's like they don't really need the artist. They just that's why maybe they don't pay them that much.
So it's more of an opportunity for the artist than it is
For
the
the
artist.
artists, yeah, yeah, and I'm thinking I might be just speculating, but I'm thinking like Kendrick Lamar, he's got a new album now, so he needs
Yeah,
it.
he needs it. He needs it.
He needs
All right. Fair
it.
point. Fair point. Cool. Let's talk about Squid Game. Have you what? In fact, anyone who hasn't watched it, just close your ears for 15 minutes. You haven't watched it either.
I
Forget
haven't
about it.
watched it. I haven't
Oh
watched it
man,
yet.
you haven't watched Squid Game too,
Listen, the thing about me is that when there's a new TV series or a new movie out, like I like to wait until the hype like fade. So right now
right?
there's too much hype about it, and I'm just like, eh, I wait until the hype fades, and then I want to watch it in my own time.
Okay. Have you watched Squid
Yeah,
Game one, the first
I
one?
have watched one. Yeah, I have watched
Okay.
one.
Right. Fair enough. Then I'm not giving you any spoilers, so you might want to close your ears.
You know, there might be thousands of people watching the podcast right now who haven't watched it yet.
And that's why I'm giving warning. I'm giving spoiler alert warning. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because I don't, I get it. I get it. Like some people haven't watched it, but yes. But is it on Netflix? Yes, it is. Gunjan. It's on Netflix. Okay, I'll try not to give too much away. Right? You've seen in the trailer anyway, and in the first season that the main guy wants to go back in. Right? That's the
Right,
first thing you see. But there are
right.
certain nuggets in there, and in fact, the second one is only part one. There's two parts, so there's a second part
Mm,
coming out. So there's certain nuggets in there that you see, and they've brought in some characters in there. Because the thing I was worried about when I watched the first
mm,
one, it was during COVID, not much going on. Like Tiger King, everybody had time to watch that. So
right.
you watch the first season, and you think this was pretty good. But
Mm,
if you watch it back, you're like just a bunch of people going through some childish games, trying to win
mm,
money. I mean, it's literally
Mm.
like a rat race, isn't it? You know.
Yeah.
So I thought, how do you get better than this? And without telling you too much, I think the second one's better than the first.
You
You
think
know,
so?
I think it is.
Wow.
The
Okay.
Squid Game 2 Part 1, I think is better than the first one because there a couple of twists. At the beginning, obviously, it starts you off with the normal stuff you know about Squid Games. It's just you just think,
Right.
how's this? Is this going to get interesting? And then it just
Mm.
picks up, and then you just see all the twists and turns, you know. And it's just
Right.
like,
Right.
no,
So
honestly, the
there's
way they've
more.
done
There's
it,
more characters. There's more new characters and new
there's more.
character build-ups.
Yes,
All
yes.
right. All
I was
right.
going to talk about the cat. Well, to be honest, I can talk about one character. There's a character
Mm.
you've seen him as well. His name is Thanos. You know, this guy. He's like a. He was a rapper. He's a failed rapper who joins this. He owes money and he has a gang, and he's one of the most charismatic characters in the series, right? And
Right.
you know, he literally picked up the theme by coloring his nails different colors to make it look like he's got those gemstones. So this is Ovi's one. I was talking to Ovi
Oh.
about this the
Oh.
other day, and he's Ovi's favorite character, Thanos, because he's
Mm.
just weird. But I don't like him. I don't like him. Just his character's just for me. It's
Is
weird.
it because of the nails? You don't like because of the
No, no, no,
nails?
no. It's just I just don't like him. He's weird. He was weird for me. He was weird. I like
I was
the
I was
yeah.
thinking it's like one of those first impression kind of thing. Like you see the nails, you're like, no, no, no,
No,
no.
for
I
me,
don't roll like that.
it's like you know, it's like Joffrey from Game of Thrones, right?
Mm,
If you've watched Game of Thrones, that
yeah.
character, even till today, people don't like him in real life because it just didn't. He played the character so well that
Mm.
they don't like him. You know what I mean? And in
But
fact, he's
that's the good thing about cinema though. It's like you it's either you feel you feel like you don't like something or you feel like you like something.
yeah,
Everything within that it's what makes cinema.
that's right. That's right. And
Yeah.
that was his first role as well. Well, his first sort of movie picture role because he was doing theater before that.
Right,
So
right.
it was his first role. He wasn't really trying to be an actor. You know, his sisters were acting, and he sort of just did it for fun. And they were like, "No, actually, you're perfect." You know, and yeah, he's even till today people don't like him. So back to what I was saying, like people like him, they convince you
Mm,
straight away that you just don't like them. You wish the character goes, but then they will make you know in the back of your mind, you also don't want them to go because they're making the show interesting. You
yeah,
know. So the same thing with
yeah.
this Thanos guy. When I saw him a few maybe episodes in, I'm like, this guy's gotta go. But then in the back of my mind, he's actually making the show. So that's the one thing
Right.
you will know. You will notice that the other characters are quite
Mm,
interesting, and I'm glad they
right.
did that. And the way they've done it, obviously, you can tell that South Korea has pulled together because after this Squid Game was put on Netflix, apparently Netflix gained about 17 million subscribers.
Oh shoot. Oh
You
wow.
know,
Oh
I
wow.
wish the fact checker was here to fact check me, but you know, I'll do it myself.
What happened to him? He just disappeared.
Yeah, he disappeared. And also, that's apparently the reason why Netflix are up in their prices in certain areas.
Ah. Ah, even here, I
That's
agree with that.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what's the price there now. What's the price in UK now?
To be honest with you, I ain't got Netflix. It's
Monthly.
I think 14 11.99. It's not 10.99. You know,
Because
somebody
now
tell me in the comments.
we're sitting at $17 now a month. Yeah, yeah, we're sitting at $17 a month on Netflix. I'm actually thinking of unsubscribing. It is a plan. I'm telling you. I mean, they've got some good stuff. Let's be honest, they've got some
Yeah,
good stuff. But
yeah,
but most of the stuff that's there now is just rubbish. It's
yeah, yeah.
yeah, you can tell that this script was written by ChatGPT.
Wow.
It's getting too monotonous. There's no there's not really there's not really any story going on there anymore. It's all just like action, explosions, and you know, yeah. I'm thinking of unsubscribing. That's that's the plan. Give it two
Yeah.
more months and I'll be like, bye. I
Hey,
I need my $17, man.
I know Netflix sort of pissed off a lot of people when they did that whole sharing thing. When they stopped that, oh my
Yeah,
god,
yeah,
a lot of people were
yeah.
pissed. I mean, even now with the price increase, a lot of people are threatening to quit to unsubscribe. So hey, we'll see what they do. But I mean, if they've got
But they're
good
making a
shows,
lot more money in Africa.
I bet they are. I bet they are.
Yeah,
I bet
since
they
they
are.
introduced the Africa movies and series in there, I think they're attracting a lot of African
And
customers.
and
And I mean,
that's
obviously, there is money also in Africa now.
in acting. Yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
it's pretty good. So the increase actually was 19 million. So 2024, after Squid Game, 19 million people subscribed.
Oof.
um it was also due to the live events. So Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, obviously the WWE stuff. So they probably gained a lot from that too. So they're sort of flexing their muscle, isn't it?
Can we speak about the Mike Tyson and Jake Paul for a bit? Listen,
Go
what
on.
was that? What was that?
You know what? I didn't even bother watch the fight because I knew what was going to happen. I've watched one Jake Paul fight and I was like, this is nonsense. I saw the
I mean,
highlights from Mike Tyson. He was in training. He was much faster than he was in the fight. Like
yeah.
no, 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 no.
I mean, I stayed up all night not because to watch the fight. I because it came like early in the morning, the early hours in the morning, right? But I stayed all night. I
Mm,
watched the fights before because those were real fights.
There
Those
was
those
one.
are the ones I wanted to watch. And when the Mike Tyson thing came on, I was just like, oh come on, man! Like maybe McGregor and Mayweather was even better.
Yeah,
That was a
yeah.
better show
That
than
was a
this.
better
This was
show.
just like,
Yeah, that was nonsense. But they're making their money, aren't they? Now you've seen McGregor is trying to fight Jake Paul. So now, you saw the video. He's like, I'll fight you guys.
oh
But
man,
guys, I didn't know rich people beg until I saw Conor
oh
McGregor. That was
man, oh
begging. That was
man.
a rich man begging
Yeah,
for a
yeah,
chance, man.
because Jake Paul and them, they've got mad money coming from this drink of theirs. What do they call it
Prime,
again?
prime.
Prime. They're making tons of money. So I think it's like you want to ride them, you want to ride with them.
No Diddy, no Diddy.
No, you don't want to ride them.
Lord
You want
Jesus.
to.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I guess you never know. I guess you never,
Some
because I didn't understand that whole kissing situation there.
the what?
Yeah, it was like um when Mike was going into he was in the back room going into the fight. There was a kiss situation that happened. Someone kissed him or someone kissed Mike. I was like, okay. Hmm.
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 Mm-mm.
Mm-mm,
Mm-mm.
Jesus is Lord.
no, thank you. Um,
Yeah, like I
mm,
mean, it's a strange world. You never know. People have
exactly.
preference of what they like, right? And sex is the jungle. But anyway,
That took a turn, man.
What
it's
the hell? Oh my God,
No way.
no way. Yeah,
it
yeah.
was it was a small detour. It was a small detour, but but yeah, I didn't get the whole fight thing there. I was just like, well, I don't know if this is rumors or how true this is, but they said if Mike Tyson was gonna knock him out, then Mike Tyson was walking away with nothing, basically. So
Oh,
he
whoa.
needed to lose to make money
To make
off
more
that
money.
fight. Yeah,
Yeah, to make more money, you need to drop. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa.
yeah.
Gunjan says sex is overrated. Gunjan, I don't know what you've been doing, brother, but okay, okay. Maybe we should bring Irish Queen. She should explain to you what sex actually is. You know what I mean?
I mean, where is the Irish Queen? I tried to poke her this afternoon. I was like, come on, come to the show, come to the show.
I
She
don't
did.
know.
She did a very good post today. I like that post. Though. I think it was late last night. I think maybe late even last night. I like that post. She's like, guess what's gonna happen afterwards? And I was like, Netflix and chill. I mean, listen here. When did Netflix and chill turn to be this like very uh bad term to use these days? Because even when you text a girl, just like
Yeah.
friendly thing, like, "Ah,
I
come
mean,
on, let's Netflix and chill." That's a no.
yeah, but do you know what Netflix and chill means?
In its real innocence like meaning, it means to actually sit down and watch Netflix on the sofa.
Yeah, but
But
uh-huh.
but the new generation, hmm?
New generation.
the Gen Zs and the what you call them, the
Gen Z,
alphas.
ZFG.
they have turned it into hmm.
I don't think it's
Jeez.
I don't think it's a Gen Z thing. You know, this has been happening for a while. Netflix and chill. Come on, man. Maybe 10, maybe
Really?
5, 10 years now. Yeah, Netflix and chill's been like you can't just say, "Hey, let's Netflix and chill." That
Okay.
person's gonna think,
So
"What's going on here?"
so before that, it was actually Netflix and chill. So you actually Netflix and chill. That nobody will get pregnant. I, I mean,
Yeah,
I don't
Netflix
know.
and
I don't
chill.
know because I've never invited a woman for Netflix and chill with the intention to get the underwear.
Under the sheet, under the sheets. Okay, I need to carry on. I need to carry on. I need to carry on, man. I'm not ruining a series here. Keep
No.
cartoon. Okay. So yeah, Netflix, sort yourselves out. Squid Game season 2. I think part 2 is coming in April. They revealed something. I think it's coming in April. So
Okay.
yeah. Honestly, I think it's going to be good. Season 2. I
So
think
they
it's
have
good.
two parts.
They have two parts. So
Part
the
one and part two.
first part is out. Second part's coming. So yeah, that
Now they're just milking money from us now.
wow, it's
I
good,
mean,
man.
well,
It's
yeah,
worth it.
I understand. But have you watched the second Gladiator?
Not yet. Not yet.
Oh
Spoiler alert.
man, oh man. Okay. I'm not spoiling to anyone. I'm just saying, as a film fanatic, uh, they shouldn't have made this sequel. Like it was a waste of my cinema time, if I
Don't
could
do
put it
this to
that way.
me. Don't do this to me. I'm a big
it was
Gladiator fan.
it was a waste of my cinema time. Like I was sitting there in the cinema and wondering to myself, like, what am I doing here? What is this? The first Gladiator, the story ended. There was a
Yeah, the
resolution
story.
to it.
Yeah,
It ended.
yeah.
There was nothing more that was
Nothing
required.
needed to be done. Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah.
producers pressure and all these things. Final check, man. People want to make money. That's what they want to do. Gunjan says one is good. She says the first one is good.
Mm.
Wow, wow, wow. Let's talk about the man of the moment, Mr. Donald Trump. Huh?
Oh my God.
Mr. Donald J. Trump. For those that have been living under a rock, I guess.
Oh
the
my God.
man, the man is now the president of the United States again. You know, again. They kicked him out. He said, "Nope, I'm coming back," and he's
They
back.
put him. They put him in jail.
They put him
They
in
put him in.
jail,
They put him in jail,
and they
and
said,
still.
and still he came back and said, "No, no, 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 no. I decide. I
Now
decide."
this is the part. This is the part where someone should question the legitimacy of
Of
American
the
politics.
Constitution.
Like, what is happening there exactly?
Yeah, because
And
who said something? Ice T said something about the whole felon thing, didn't he? He said,
mm,
"How is it possible for a felon to run for president, but then
right,
it's difficult for them to get a job?" You know?
right.
Yeah. Mm,
And also, like, he is very rude. He's a rude guy. Because remember that during the inauguration there was a speech by that bishop.
yeah.
Um, and afterwards, Trump was asked about what he thought about the speech, and what he said. I was watching this and I was like, is he really the American president? Like, how? It's a comedy. It's a comedy.
Yeah, and
And I
that's it.
think this these days also publicly, one has to watch out how you do the hand gestures because Mr. Elon Musk has proved to be.
With his what did he with that what he did with his, oh my gosh. I thought I thought
I
you
mean,
meant I thought you
I
meant
want to do it.
hand just.
I want to do it, but I'm afraid I might be also.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh no, not on this part. We're not getting canceled for that.
Maybe you have a picture. Maybe you have a picture of him.
I'm not putting that picture here. Are you crazy?
Oh. And
Hell,
I mean, one time is okay. Like that would have been a mistake, but he did it two times.
exactly.
Two
Hell to the
times.
no. Hell to the no. Yeah, so interestingly, there are a few things that have happened, First of all, maybe let's start with the inauguration. Obviously, Elon Musk's his gesture, which was deemed as a Nazi salute. Um there's quite a few things, to be fair. Melania Trump's outfit where she looked like Kung Lao, you know what I mean, from Mortal Kombat.
Now that's brutal.
Oh,
That's just brutal.
but that's what people were saying.
Uh,
Hey man, you think I'm joking? Like, hold on a minute.
that's just beautiful. They will find you.
But that's what people were saying, though. That's what. Hold on a minute. That's what people were saying. Let me find it. I'll find it for you. You know,
Oh.
like this is this is what's on the internet. You know what I mean? I mean, at first I saw something, and they were like, "What is she wearing?"
Mm,
And I was like, "Something's coming. Something is
yeah.
definitely coming."
Something is.
Then I went and checked, and I was like, "Yeah, definitely, something is coming."
Oh, that was brutal. Oh.
No, honestly, here's one. Here's one. Let me show you. Let me show you. Who wore it better,
But
huh?
but why you search for that? I think everybody who was sitting next to Donald Trump, I mean, if you paid close attention, they all looked like they were high on something.
Really?
Yeah, they all looked like they were high on something. I was like, are these people high? they they all look like they have been doing too much powder somewhere. I was like, what is going on?
Well,
Yeah,
well,
yeah. Oh,
well.
she did look like Jim Carrey though. She did.
Here's the Kung Lao one.
That was perfect.
Oh man, honestly,
Yeah,
it's a bit mad. It's a bit mad. But yeah, so there's that, and you know, then he's now. I mean, to be fair, he's gone straight into standing on business, signing executive orders.
right.
So I want you to watch this, and then we'll talk about the executive orders that he signed. Which is crazy because I don't really get into politics, but it's just for me, this is all just a show. Like it's funny. Like this guy is
Yeah,
the president of the United States.
yeah,
Anyway, I'm gonna play.
yeah.
Listen, because this is the first video I came across when he was signing these executive orders. Here we go.
Oh.
Shots fired. Shots
Oh my
fired.
God. Oh my God.
Shots.
Oh
Did
my
you hear
God.
that part? We have so many people, and we don't even know how many. He's referring to apparently Biden Biden's time. They brought a
Yeah.
lot of immigrants in, like a lot. You know.
Oh my
So
God. Oh my God.
he's talking about that.
Oh my God.
Jeez.
Now I miss the audio though. I miss the audio. I miss his audio
Huh?
now.
Eh?
I miss his audio. I can't hear his audio now.
You can't hear it.
No, the last bit I didn't hear his audio now.
All right, hold on. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go back. We're gonna go. Hold on. I'll share this again. Honestly, big 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 Donald J. Trump. Honestly, I don't know.
Trump is on some level. Is on some. I want whatever he's smoking. Like that. That just gives you the most confidence. Like no human being has ever experienced on this planet. It's like
Exactly. I'm starting it again. Here we go.
We have
there you go.
350 depend. We have,
Now we can
nobody
hear
knows
it.
what we have because so many people came in illegally. But let's say we have 325. They had 1.4 billion. They were paying 39 million. We were paying 500 million. It seemed a little unfair to me. So that wasn't the reason, but I dropped out. They offered me to come back for 39 million. In theory, it should be less than that, but you know. And when Biden came back, they came back for 500 million. He knew that you could have come back for 39 million. They wanted us back so badly, so we'll see what happens.
Mr. President,
Pretty sad to think of it. China pays 39 million and we pay 500 million. And China's a bigger country.
Mr. President, you talked about inflation today in your remarks. What actions are you taking today that will have a direct impact for Americans on their everyday costs to bring the
Well,
cost down?
The biggest thing and factor for inflation is energy. They screwed up my energy policy, and then they went back to it. You know, they hurt it really badly, and then they went back to it, and they started drilling more, but by that time it was too late. Many of these things that we're signing and that Doug Burgum is going to be signing, and Chris Wright, who's phenomenal, you know, Energy, Department of Energy. We're going to be taking a lot, we're going to make a lot of money from energy. We have more than anybody else. We're going to make a lot of money from energy.
I
Honestly,
like it. I like it.
Trump is entertaining, and it's not just what he said, how he says it. Like he speaks about it like it's a business deal, but he speaks about it like he's a like a commoner. You know?
Listen,
Yes.
do you know how much money Elon Musk has?
He's like 200. He's on 200 billion now. You know,
Yeah, he
and
has intense amount of money.
that's the other thing I was going to talk about. I'm worried about that Elon Musk. I'm worried because Elon Musk is a brilliant mind, but his
Yeah,
character is concerning. And the other thing we saw at the inauguration is a lot of big wigs, a lot of social media big wigs, the people that during COVID were getting quizzed about all this power that they had, all this money that they were making. All of a sudden,
right,
they're at the inauguration. Yeah,
right.
if that doesn't tell you who is funding this whole thing,
Okay.
you
Now
know,
we're talking. Now we're talking business. I've
yeah,
actually left X. I'm no more part of. I'm no more a subscriber of X. I'm not on there anymore. I've exit. I just say to me,
elaborate, sir.
yeah, I was just like, nah, I'm not gonna be part of this. I'm not gonna be part of this. I'm X. I mean, soon maybe I might also exit TikTok. I'm just like,
Yeah,
nah,
it's getting a bit
nah,
much. It's getting a bit. I think
nah.
On X as well. It's just I can understand what you're saying. Like when they were sentencing the boy Axel from here. You
Yeah,
saw the picture they put up of that guy. I mean, yes, he's killed. Sorry, YouTube for the demonetization. He
right.
has, obviously committed a heinous crime. But the
Mm.
picture they chose of him, nappy hair, what suits the narrative. Look at his
Exactly.
Instagram, and the thing is, I went there and I saw this. I can't even read those things because I saw this picture of him and I saw a post by this lady. She called him a
Mm.
thing, not a person, a
Not a
thing.
person, a thing.
You know, I said, okay, how long you been holding that in the drafts? You know what I mean? Because yo. So I understand why you left X because I was
I mean,
too.
look at it this way.
No,
There's something. There's something that we kind of we ignore in
Mm,
the Western society because we are living in
mm,
the Western society right now. There
mm,
is a bias. There's a bias that's basically carrying everything around
mm,
us, and
mm,
that bias is rooted in on racism. let's be plain and honest. That bias down there is rooted in racism. And if small things like this happen, then, or not small, but big things like this happen, when someone is charged, for example, then you will see, then it will come out, then the true colors will come out of
Mm,
what really is under there. There's a huge
mm.
iceberg under there that's like, it's been there, will always be there. I don't know how we can sort of navigate through this, but yeah. As a black man living in the Western world, I think I have I have lived and experienced the intersections of culture and identity. We're not liked. Yeah, I mean, it's just fair. It's just fair and an honest opinion. We're not liked, and Trump is just there to boost the bias that's already there. He's just oof. And I think I mentioned it on one of the podcasts. I think last year maybe we were talking something about politics.
Yes,
I
yes.
said, like, mark my words, right wing is definitely coming in. Right wing is definitely coming in
Mm, mm, mm.
everywhere in the Western world. If you see, right wing is like at the top of the list, and it's crazy.
But they tried it in. I hope anyway. There are people who are pushing it back. Like they did in France. Because they were almost in, and
Right?
the people in France said, no, 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 none of
Yeah,
this.
we
So
don't want this
hopefully,
right wing.
exactly. Hopefully, it's the same everywhere else because that's gonna be a problem.
Oh,
Um,
did you see the response that Denmark has said in the media to Donald Trump?
no, no. What did they say?
They told him plain and simple, listen, Greenland is part of the Danish monarch, and you cannot buy Greenland. Whether you
Oh,
like it or not, we don't want your money. You
Trump,
cannot buy Greenland. Period.
Trump was the
Keep
bad
your
guy.
money.
Oh my,
Yeah,
oh my.
yeah,
Yeah, so there's a lot of things going on. I mean, this guy is just he's in everything, he's in everything. It's on the table. It's all on the table.
I think I know why they wanted to buy Greenland though.
Why?
Um, because I think most of these areas here, well, the Nordic area, and also going into Greenland, um, there is raw material that can also be processed, same as cobalt, and it can be used for manufacturing of batteries.
Oh.
You get the sense. So if you look at what's happening now, the relationship between him and Elon Musk and Greenland. Does that make sense? So if he was to purchase Greenland, it means that production of cobalt would have started, because now the international is, or the world is watching them with what's happening in Congo, and it's not looking good. So they need an alternative right now to keep
Ah.
on producing the electronic, you know, industry. Uh, yeah,
Yeah. So there's a lot of things going on. I mean, this Elon Musk thing, right? Because
yeah,
he's leading the innovation and technology side of things, which means he has access to a lot of things. And what Musk does is he pushes boundaries. He will try and, yeah, just push things, try and get things. He'll push people's limits. But he
right.
doesn't care about the rules. And that's the thing about him. So yeah, as long as it benefits what he needs to do, human rights, what, all these, he doesn't care about that. So giving that person that sort of power, I don't know, man. I don't
Yeah,
know. I'm
it's a bit
very,
dangerous.
yeah,
It's a bit dangerous.
very skeptical about that. The other person that I think is a little bit of a weasel is Mark Zuckerberg, man. That guy has changed his look so many times. That people like that scare me. He changed his look. Now he wants to look like a gangster or whatever it is with his chain and lock. And he was going up like this guy's never gone after people directly. Yeah, he's always done indirects. Then he goes after
Yeah,
Apple, and he go, who do you go
yeah,
after? The government, and then he's at the
yeah,
inauguration. I'm like, this guy, you can't trust him. You can't trust this
yeah.
guy. You
I
know?
mean, I was gonna say this one thing. Like, I have lost friends as well because of the free Palestina
Oh God.
thing. I have lost a lot of friends who are let's just put it out there, who are Jewish.
Uh-oh.
Some of them we've had conversations actually online in my inbox. A female friend that I used to know for a very long time. She's like, "So why are you supporting Palestinian people?"
You used to know.
Uh, yeah, yeah. I think it's an infringe of human rights. What's happening right now? They might have done some atrocities, but still, like you did not have to go that far. This looks like it's a cleansing of ethnicity.
Yeah.
And when I look at it now, when I look at the whole structure of the economy in the world right now, if you look at Elon Musk,
Mm.
Musk had a visit to Israel,
Mm.
and guess who owns a lot of cobalt mines?
Who? Who?
Jewish people. Um,
Oh.
you get the sense. So, Mr. Facebook guy, same situation. It's scary. We're starting to understand how this whole thing is structured right now. Because if they do control the Suez Canal, it means they control the access to transportation of whatever they'll be producing back and forth to Asia and to Europe and to America.
Oh wow.
The narrative is very clear. It's very clear. And all these guys like Netanyahu, they're just front people. They're just there to do the dirty work. Do
Yeah.
the dirty work. They're like pawns, they're in front there. They're just there to do the dirty work, and then everything else is the big boys are enjoying. Like uh, it's right in the open. It's right in the open, and I think the most tactic they use with today's society, because serious to be fair, we're getting dumber and dumber. We're not getting more intelligent. So they use a tactic whereby if someone is speaking the truth or someone has something to say, you are viewed as a mad person, conspiracy theorist.
Wow.
So it's what it is.
Wow. Yeah. Um. Showing you Donald Trump's son there.
Yeah,
He's
I saw that one.
the memes that were coming out and all this. It's just oh my gosh. It's just honestly, yeah. I think people need to pay attention a bit more. The show in front of us is just it's what it is. It's the mirage, because everything else happening in the background, the business deals and all these things are the things that we should be wary of. So some of the executive orders that were signed, I think one that's might be relevant to people like you and me, if we're
Mm,
immigrants and all these things, is
mm.
the birthright order. Yeah. So he has signed this order. So it aims to end birthright citizenship for children in the
Yep,
US to
yep.
immigrant parents who are in the country illegally, as well as those to parents who are in the country on temporary basis, which means if you're
Mm.
an illegal immigrant in a country and you have a child, your child is also an illegal immigrant. Like it's just ah,
Well, it all boils down. It all boils down to that to the system they have created now, or a plan they've created, a mandate they've created. They want to create separation,
yeah.
and that separation starts with that immigration number, the statistics they have on immigration. So listen, I know there's a lot of people who are living in the Western world illegally, right? But it will come to a point whereby there will not be any difference between whether you're illegally living in the Western world or not.
Or
You
not,
will be
yeah.
regarded as them. So
Yeah.
it's them or us. You know what I mean? That's where they're driving to. And
Oh my
in
god.
some places they're now recruiting all these young people and joining this they're disguised as retreats, the right wing, yeah, the neo-Nazi retreats. It's quite interesting. Mark my words, it's happening.
Oh my
They
god.
disguise as retreats when they where they recruit them, they train them as militia, and they are basically aiming to say when the time is now, everybody
Oh,
out. We own this place. It's like,
You're really consistent with this message, Drew, aren't you?
oh yeah, I am.
So
I've been doing a lot of research about this, and it's like it's scary. It's scary to see how like how can I call it? It's kind of like it's kind of this anxiety that people have of someone is going to take over. And when that question arises, and I'm always thinking like America is made of immigrants. There's no one who there is people who belong there, and they're not the Donald Trumps.
no,
They moved there. They moved
long
to
time ago.
long time ago. And to be fair, and I might say this is online. I must say this to be
Ah,
fair.
here we go again.
I do not think Elon Musk is actually a South African. He's not a South African.
So what is he then?
He's from Netherlands. He's from Holland.
Oh, you mean they? Okay, fair enough.
Do you know what I mean? If that's what it's gonna come to, then we should also be able to say, listen, um, go back, go back to where you came from.
Wow.
If that's
Um,
what it's gonna come to.
I'm gonna move along, Drew. Another executive. I'll just cover one more thing that he spoke about. Obviously, one of them is renaming the Gulf of Mexico. The other one is the one that's causing a lot of controversy right now. Is the U.S. only recognizes two sexes, male and female, right?
Oh, that
So
one,
it's something that
that one.
the Democrats really lean into this other thing. They like to lean into because it was under Obama that they signed a lot of executive orders to bring in obviously to legalize
Mhm.
gay marriages and all these things. So
Mm,
what this order is, yeah, it says basically says it is the policy of the United States to recognize two sexes, male and female. These sexes are not
mm.
changeable and are grounded to fundamental and inconvertible reality.
Right,
It
right.
says adding that the federal government will use the term sex, not gender identity, right? So Kansas already, states like Kansas and Montana already have they've legislated to enshrine this biological definition of sex into law. So in these two states, they only recognize two sexes, and yeah, it might be controversial. It's obviously in people's minds right now and all these things. But I want to know your thoughts, Drew. What do you think about this? What do
First of
you
all, I
think
think
when this goes?
it's a political move. First of all, like you said, these two states, Kansas, um, and let's look at the demographic of Kansas. All right, there's a lot
Hmm.
of black people
Right,
living in those areas,
right,
and most of these black people are connected to the church,
right.
which is also linked to them saying yes, there's two sexes, male and female, right?
Hmm.
So they want to reach out as much as possible to that community, right? As much as they can, because they
Hmm.
know with them with Harris losing over Trump, that created a gap for them to reach out to that audience. So they have to sort of come back and get that audience back to their side, right? So I'm thinking that is a political move. Um, if you ask me about sexes, male, female, yes, there is male, female. But we're living in a world right now, in a society right now, where um, information is changing the way we look things, the way we look at ourselves, the way we process or trying to figure out who we are is
Hmm.
changing
Hmm.
continuously.
Hmm.
And I don't think we should go back to 1600s where we have limitations and people be crucified because they decide to be homosexual.
Oh no,
Um,
we're not talking about that. We're talking about
yeah,
identity here, gender identity.
yeah.
This
I
is what
mean,
we're talking about.
but gender identity is all in line with what do they call it? LGBTQ. That is gender identity. And if you look at Trump's
Okay, so what
situation.
does? Hold on a minute. There's
Uh-huh.
maybe one letter in LGBTQ that is
Uh-huh.
relevant to gender identity, right?
Right.
Because the rest of the people can educate me if they want, but the rest
Mm.
of it is, let me actually bring it up, because I know transgender is in there, is in
It's in
LGBT.
there. Yeah, it's in there.
Okay, let's go. LGBTQ. Lesbian,
Gen-
gay, bisexual,
right.
transgender.
Mm.
Um, Gunjan says, no, I think he means people do sex change operation. Okay, no, that's not what we mean. Lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and queer or questioning,
Mm.
intersex, asexual, and more. So for me, it's
Right.
the transgender. That's it, because that one is what we call an identity. The rest of them is
Mm.
orientation. There's a sexual orientation, because we spoke about this on one, like an old episode, where we said, okay,
Yeah.
there's sexual orientation, and then there's
Mm.
there's gender identity. There's identity, basically. And we didn't want to
Right.
muddy the waters. And what this is doing, I get that
Yeah.
these are the people that, I get why it's there. I understand why it's there. But to say,
Have you?
yeah, this falls under ADL because we put the T in there, and these two things
Yeah.
fall under, no, no. Let's differentiate the two things. The
Have you
majority
seen
of
this? Sorry. Finish.
the majority of the of that uh, group
Yeah.
are of sexual orientation, and I have these conversations with people, and my argument is there is no way people are born gay. There is no way you're born straight, right? It's a preference. There is no
You
way
you
you're
think it's a
born,
preference?
but you are born. Yes, it is. You are born a male and you're born a female.
Mm. Mm.
Guaranteed. Are you born transgender? No, right? So I can understand that at the base level we must have
Mm.
two sexes, base level. But I can also
Mm.
understand that, okay, people now want to change whoever they are, whatever it is, but this will take time. You can't just
Mm.
put this, jam people this down people's throats. I was
Mm.
watching something called Love Never Lies, right? Love
Yeah.
Never Lies. There was in South Africa. There was a couple in there who were polyamorous,
Mm.
asexual, I believe, or pansexual,
Interesting.
and trans, and something else. There are like so many terms of this relationship, and I was like, there's no way this is gonna work. Like, there's just too much
So-
confusion. Like, who
so-
are you? Who They're just telling me what they want to be, but who are you? This is what I was thinking. This is not a personal attack, no, but I was confused. And if an adult like
yeah.
me is thinking, let me Google
Mm.
some of these terms, what the hell is going on here? Can you
Mm.
imagine a child? You're telling the child, I am asexual, polyamorous, fuck.
Okay, that's the thing. That's the thing. When it comes to that, when it comes to this, I would like to call it like indoctrination. If you want to send out this information to children in schools and start teaching them about, gender on that sense, and I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's very wrong to the core. Like, I think children should be allowed to grow up and discover these things at the later stage, like when they're 25, to start to maybe now my brain is working normally. I know what's going on because our brains mature when they're 25.
Mm,
You cannot tell a 7-year-old child to say, like, I think you should decide what your gender should be, and no parent should give you the right to stop you to decide what gender you should be. I think that's wrong in all sense. But if someone, let's say at 28, decides that, oh, I don't think I have feelings for men, I have feelings for girls,
mm,
that's a different story. Um, if someone decides, oh no, I don't think I have feeling for girls anymore, I have feeling for boys, that's a different story. My argument in this whole thing is that, listen, at the core of this, at the fundamental level of this, there's a human right.
yes, yes.
There's the
We
human
we
right,
don't we don't disagree with that part. We don't that part
right?
100%.
And if in a sense, someone decides that, oh, my body feels something when I'm with the woman, or when I'm with the guy, or when I feel like I should change this and chop it to something else, at a later stage where he's mature enough to make that decision, that's up to them. It's not up to anybody else. But as a child, obviously the parent has to protect that child by all
That's right.
means. By all
That's right.
means.
That's right. So this is what,
And
yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like I understand. I understand that people want to have all these definitions and whatnot. The same way
mm,
people just wanted to cancel people, the same way we want to introduce all these new things. We have to still use the proven routes. Use the proven. If you want to put this in dictionaries, in law, in whatever, then have an argument. Let's have a discussion about it. It can't just be because we
yeah,
decided today this is who I'm going to be. Then everybody else
mm.
must recognize me and respect the fact that I'm. I think you know yeah, this is the one thing. Till today, there are black people out there that are fighting for, equal rights. Till today,
Right, right.
even that can't be brought to the table. You know what I mean?
No, no.
Um, Now, I was just looking up when the first sex change operation happened, 1906. Well, before 1906, people were still starving. Before 1906, you know, um,
That's a long time ago.
it is a long time ago. I didn't expect that. But I'm saying before that, people were still, there was
Yeah.
poverty was still a problem. There was
Mm,
war. There were all these
mm.
other things. Do we really want to add more to the issues that we have? You know what I mean? Do we really want, I'm not saying let's ignore it. I'm saying, look,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be, oh, this is more important or this is, come on, man. So to an extent, I can understand why
Ha-
the US is taking that stance. This is the definition. Because remember now, these prisons
Yeah.
where the transgender person who raped other prisoners and whatnot, you see, the honestly, we can't. It's like we're going. Okay, today we want to do this. Have we understood the whole thing? Like the implications of this thing. Like, have we understood it? I think until we understand it, it shouldn't be implemented as law. That's what I think, anyway. But whichever.
I think also like the lawmakers are not taking responsibility in the message they're giving out. Um, I think the lawmakers need to reevaluate. Like this is what we're sending out because now information is everywhere. It's on the
Mm,
internet. Is everywhere, and you cannot stop a child who's 10 year old and picking up a phone and knowing something. It's everywhere,
yeah.
and we need to take responsibility and say like, listen, are we really yet there to have this freedom of expression in that sense? Or
Mm,
do we need some form of, knowledge sent out to people so people can understand and they can send out to their close ones, their relatives, whatever, that this is what it is. This is what's happening. I think right now it's all a matter of like, let's get votes. Now, for us to get votes, this is strategy we need to do. Do you know that in Australia right now they're banning anyone under the age of 16 from using social media?
yeah. Yeah. I heard about that.
Really good move. Really
Yeah.
good move. Because
Yeah.
I think that in itself is going to have control and responsibility of what information the young people are receiving.
But
They
also,
will
yeah. Go on. Sorry.
they will probably cut out all this thing like, oh, today I'm identified as a cat. No, you're not identified as a cat. You're a human being. You're a human being. You have a brain. It's only that something or someone is trying to manipulate your brain to be a dumb snail and not think for yourself.
Oh, wow.
This is what's happening. It's a reality. This is what's happening. They want to create millions of people who cannot be able to control their own thinking, their own thought. You know, if someone is able to control their own thinking, their own thought, they decide. They decide at a particular stage when their brain has matured enough to say, "Hey, listen, I like girls. I like boys. Fair enough." But you cannot say that to an underage person that you have the right to decide what you want to be.
Hmm.
It's nonsense.
Yeah.
I was gonna
It's.
say, have you seen this TV series now on Netflix called Pussy Valley? They call it P Valley, but it's actually Pussy Valley.
Oh my gosh. What is it? Just go on then.
You should watch this. I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's basically all to do with gender identity, and yeah, it's about strippers, a group of strippers, different characters who are strippers trying to get out of the ghetto from they've been performing at this strip club, and their family, but all of them have a vision. I want to get out because I want to start my own dancing studio one day. And one of them is like a thief. She doesn't have an identity. She steals an identity. She comes there, and it's a really cool structured TV where you get all these identity crisis people trying to figure out who they are, and they meet in this one strip club. Yeah, you should watch it. I recommend. And it just came at the right time when this whole Trump thing is happening, and I'm like, America, it's going to be a very interesting 4 years. It would be a very interesting 4 years.
It will be. They really will
Yeah.
be. They really will be. I'm looking forward to the comedy of it. I really am. No, honestly, it's gonna be funny because oh man, it's a joke. But the one thing I
It,
noticed is all these peace treaties getting signed now. So it's starting to make you.
ooh,
It's making you think.
ooh,
So were the politicians just holding on or what? How's it
ooh.
taking one presidential change for things to start calming down?
Hmm,
Anyway, that's a story for another
hmm.
day. Story.
I,
Tik TikTok ban really quickly, right? Obviously, this one also was giving me a few chuckles because this was in the news a lot. Like Americans, were trying to ban TikTok in America, isn't it? They are. They said
mm,
they are going to
mm,
do it.
mhm.
The reason being because they believe it poses a security risk to the data, you know, in their country. They believe the Republic of China is farming their data, so they are a threat. Some of the you've noticed recently, Trump said, well, they asked him if they're going to keep TikTok in America. He
Mm,
said, well, if they let Elon buy it or something, things like
mm,
that. Um, you
mm.
know, and then Elon tweeted. He said, well, how can we allow TikTok in America but not allow X in China? So it's obviously got to do with business. It's got to do with all these other things. So what I saw personally that part, I expect it. I'm actually
Yeah,
tired of this. It's America versus America versus China. It's not
yeah.
about TikTok versus X. It's America versus China. That's what it is.
Right,
So
right.
we saw this with Huawei. Google
Mm,
and Huawei. Yeah, we
yeah,
saw this.
yeah.
Google services got removed from Huawei. Why?
Right.
Because Huawei was becoming a very popular Android phone. So they said, wait a
Right.
minute, Chinese phone using, American platform, we're not going to let you thrive.
Oh,
Get out of
right,
here.
right,
And where's
right,
Huawei now? Where's Huawei
right.
now? You know? So again, they want to do this with TikTok, and America is like that. If you're outdoing them at something, and they don't have the mass market, they'll find a way to bulldoze you out of the way.
Actually, I have a friend of mine, an American friend of mine. I was having a conversation with this was December, I think. Yeah, December. And I said, he's a very open-minded American, by the way. He we like to have all these political discussions, and it doesn't it gets heated up sometimes, but it doesn't go to a point whereby we say fuck off to each other. It's but yeah, what I say to him to say like America right now needs to accept the fact that they're not a superpower anymore, and I think that's hitting home a lot,
Yeah,
a lot. They
yeah.
don't want to accept that they're not a superpower anymore. They don't control the world anymore. They cannot run the world anymore. And that's just eating them inside. So they will have all these little excuses, small excuses. Oh, no, it's a threat to our data. TikTok is a threat to our data. Come on. You're no longer a superpower. This is
Yeah.
the issue.
I mean, TikTok poses a threat to America because TikTok didn't only just come as TikTok; it came with the connection to Temu now. So
Right,
where they're trying to dominate Amazon, they're also trying to do that.
right.
So there's a lot of things there. Don't say we're not saying that TikTok's innocent here, but
No,
both
no, no, no,
sides.
no. I
But
mean,
yeah, yeah,
ev- every industry has its own like flaws. There's
yeah,
there is flaws everywhere, and I think we are now living in a, I like to call this an awakening age where people are, although the masses are getting dumber and dumber, especially the ones connected to the internet the most, but there is also a few that are sort of lifting up this awakening bright mind energy up in the air, and it's happening in a most brilliant way. People are waking up to things. People are waking up to knowing that, listen, we're being food. We're zombies now. When I look at TikTok, um, sometimes I go on there because I post my songs. Right, I've got a few songs I was just playing on guitar, and I post them on there, and I just like scroll through TikTok. It's a waste of time. It's a waste of time.
It is.
It's like you have someone who's just sitting there, and they have like maybe 10,000 people connected online there. They're not saying anything. They're not doing anything. They're just saying, "Oh, come on, give me a heart, give me a like." I'm like, what the hell is going on with this world? Like
That's where we are.
seriously,
They're called NPCs. They're called NPCs, non-playable
like
characters. Where
seriously.
we are.
They have like a lot of people, tons of people connected to them, viewing them at the same time when they go live, and they're doing
Anything.
jack. Oh, they're just
Yeah.
like, come on, give me a hat, give me a hat. I need you to give me that. They have this like shooting gun that shoots like money, whatever. I'm like, what is this?
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
is this? And they can be online for 2 hours. I'm like, mm, something ain't right.
Yep. Yep. No, it's
Something ain't right.
social media has gone to something else. But yeah, for me, what was intriguing me was the TikTok influencers, because I wouldn't have
Ah.
spoken about this without that, because a lot of people were saying, why don't you ban OnlyFans? Um, and I saw this video of this TikTok influencer. Said, "What am I gonna do? I got all these
Right,
bills. I got a
right.
mortgage. Oh, I'm paying 10 grand a month for my mortgage. Oh, I've got this G wagon. Oh." I saw that and I thought, this generation, right? There's a
Yeah.
reason why your parents would tell you to get at least an education, right? Because for moments like these, because you can't sit there and say, because now I'm going to tell those people that maybe haven't gotten a degree yet or haven't gone to uni, whatever. If you're sitting there thinking, this is not going to help me, trust me, I was there maybe 12
Right.
years ago, 15 years ago. I was there. I said, what do I need a degree for? Trust
Yeah.
me, what that does, or education, it doesn't matter if it's a degree or not, education, what that does
Mm,
is allow you to reinvent yourself, right?
exactly.
To know your value as a person in a community, and all these other things, right? I'm not saying it's
Mm,
the only way, but I'm saying you don't want to end up in a situation where you're a TikTok influencer with nothing else going. If
yep.
TikTok dies, you're finished.
Mm.
So I did not feel sympathy for that girl who's got a $10,000 mortgage. You've come into money. The smart thing to do is to hire someone who's going to help you keep that money in case TikTok goes, because it is going. And you had a lot of Americans go, oh my gosh, oh my god. And then Mr. Beast comes on and says, oh, we're gonna buy TikTok, we're gonna buy it. I was like, I was just, I was
Miss
laughing. Honestly, I was.
Mr. Beast, Mr. Beast.
You know,
Listen,
um,
listen, listen. I feel like now I'm gonna sound very like a conspiracy theorist. There is an agenda behind all this. There is an agenda. I am leaning towards that idea more and more. There is an agenda. If you can destroy their brains before they mature, you have controlled them.
yeah, and that is the problem. That is the
And
sad thing. I think, yeah, that is
that
the
is the
sad
sad thing
thing
about it.
about people who are waking up and thinking, what am I going to do tomorrow if TikTok is gone?
Right, right. Did you
You
see
know,
that guy who did a reel that's like he went to this job interview and he's doing like dances? It's like, this is the only thing I know. Like I don't know anything
wait,
else.
this person in her video also said, I can't work at McDonald's. Well, you're
What do you
gonna
mean you
have
come?
to. Like,
Do
it
you
was
need it?
such a entitled thing to say. I can't work at McDonald's. Well, you're gonna have to if you can't do TikTok. Then.
Okay, so these are the people that I really don't respect in life. Like, what is wrong with working at McDonald's?
Hey, honestly, you tell me.
Okay, so people have a sense of status these days, and this is what the internet has done. It has
Yeah.
brought people this like fantastic plastic world where everybody wants to look at that and I want to be that. And they have lost sense of like, you need to work. You need to work to be somebody.
If we went
And
back, if we went back, sorry, Drew, if we went back
Hmm.
10, maybe 20 years ago, and you
Yeah.
go and you go back and say, I'm a big deal. I got a lot of followers. People would look at you weird. What? Well, wait a minute. You're a big deal because somebody is following you online.
Following you.
Do you know what I'm saying? This is the world we're living in right now. And even
Yeah.
when we were getting used to this, we're like, I'm following someone.
Yeah.
What? You mean I'm
Yeah.
stalking them? Like
Yeah.
it's so this is why I'm saying, or even with what you said, like this is how plastic things are right now. Oh, I've got
Yeah.
all these eyes on me, Oh,
Yeah.
great. Oh, absolutely
And
great.
the marketing world has been creating con artists for a very long time.
Oh,
And I think all these like what you call them influencers, they have been part of this Ponzi scheme of con artists because they were
oh.
selling as a product. We just didn't know yet. They were selling as a product. They were showing us to say like, oh, I'm wearing this brand, I'm dancing here, and you think, oh, I want that shirt, I want that shoe. They were con
Hmm.
artists. It was all a scheme. It was a plan to make us believe that we should follow these people and live their lifestyle. And people were buying into that. And I mean, literally, how many times now do you go to a bar and you see people dressed normal, like a just normal dressing? How many times does that happen now? When you go out, you see everyone trying to look like their favorite,
Rapper.
right? And I'm
Mm.
just like,
Their favorite celebrity, their favorite
hmm.
the one that their favorite oh, they want to look, everyone wants to look like Kim Kardashian or whatever it is. You know what I mean? So come on, everybody wants to look like Cardi B or what? It's like, come on,
Think about how much money the makeup industry has made through TikTok.
yeah. Anyway, I mean, you can't bash people's hustle in it. It's just that the ones that are dancing to the drum. Um, I have to right. I have the roundup's over. We're gonna end it there. The roundup is done. There. Sorry, Drew. I'm cautious of time here. Gunjan says that is a mindset like Apple and iPhone. Yeah. I
Mm,
dance to the tune. I mean, no. To be honest with you, yeah, you're right about that. The Apple thing. I'm a big Apple fan, but I know that Apple's not creating anything new. They haven't done it
no.
since Steve Jobs died. They haven't done it. So
Yeah.
now I think it's the beginning of the end. And I've always thought to myself, if we could get the soft, because for me the software is what I like because it's better.
Mm.
The software is what I like. The Apple software, it's very clean, it's easy to use, it's almost impenetrable. Almost, I would say.
I mean, I use Apple like computer wise. I have an Apple computer as an artist. Like you need to have an Apple computer. The machine is just solid. It's like
Mm,
yeah, it's a machine that you need to create things, editing, music wise, film wise, even creating like documents. Like if you were pitching something, you need Apple because they have like those the qualities that you need to be in that creative sense. But otherwise, like that, I'm just like,
yeah, yeah.
Actually, right now, I'm actually thinking of selling my smartphone and just having a simple phone. So
Okay.
if I want to log in online, it's true. It's true.
Here we
I'm
go.
so close. I'm so close to doing that. I'm like, why do I need a smartphone? Really? Like, I understand the Google like map thing. If I need to go somewhere, maybe that's the only time I'm going to switch it on and use it. But other than that, it's all just rubbish.
Boss, I don't know what you're drinking, smoking, sniffing, or injecting, brother. Ah, man. Okay, fair enough, fair enough. Chichero word of the week.
Mm.
Um, I've decided to go for Boss, aka Buana.
Buana.
It's one of the
Buana
most,
Trump.
yeah, Buana Trump. That's right. It's one of the most common terms in Malawi. Everybody calls everyone Buana because normally when you put somebody on high stead, you're like, Buana, can I have some money, sort of thing. So yeah, Buana is like boss, so yeah. There you go.
Buana
Chicho
Trump.
with the Buana Trump. Buana, boss. Um Finally, I've got a single coming out. Well, a remix to Kimo Diamond's Best Kisser coming out next month.
Nice.
coming out at midnight.
What?
The pre-save link is on my Instagram or on my pages, guys. So go and pre-save it now. Um,
Are you actually the best kisser to all the women that's watching this right now? Pay attention, women.
some things you don't tell them publicly. Ask my ex.
That's a good one. Do some research.
Ask whoever I'm dating, whoever my ex is, or my next best wife. Ask those people. But yeah, so Kim of Diamonds, Best Kisser. She released it last year, and obviously Valentine's coming up, so I thought anniversary of Valentine, Best Kisser. So let me know what you think of this song, guys. Yeah,
Kim of Diamonds is one of the best Malawian female artists.
vocalist, yeah, out there.
Yeah,
Man.
she is on top of her game.
Very, very good, man. So yeah, also Swenga is coming out. So Swenga, my another song I'll release. Swenga is coming out. So be on the lookout for the dates on that. Made in Malawi, the track list, the album is all ready. So I will reveal a lot of things. This year is the music year, guys. So don't worry. These next few months are gonna be crazy. So here we go.
It's the music year and the Trump year.
Ah, like Soldier Boy said, he made a lot of money. Yeah.
And
Anyway.
what was Snoop doing down there? Did you went down for the inauguration, or what was going on there?
Was Snoop there at the inauguration?
Snoop was he was not at the inauguration, but he was down there. Yeah. There's news going on now on the internet about it. Oh well.
Oh,
that's a discussion for another time.
Absolutely. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for being with us today. And thank you, Mr. Drew, for coming through. Thank you, Mr. Fact Checker, for lasting 2 seconds. He's gone back to 1 minute, man. That's what he is,
Exactly. I was just gonna say that.
Oh man, yeah, keep it locked, man. We're planning to get some special guests on. Drew wants Irish Queen back. She'll be back.
Oh yeah. I wanna have a one-on-one with her. You know what I mean?
I think it's about time to go.
Oh my God!
One-on-one.
We're gonna do some Netflix and chill.
All right, guys. Thank you very much. Have a good weekend. Take it easy. Bye.